Hello, everybody. This is Coach McGaw. I'm giving a brief set of instructions for the advisory period. I realize this is something new this year. It's new for me as it is for all of you. And one of the things we're going to go over is for this first week of school, we're going to be in an advisory a lot. And it's a chance for you to straighten out any problems you have in your schedules or things like that. So to start off here, I'm going to share my screen. Here is the advisory period page on Google Classroom. Use this one with the picture in the background. Okay. It's got a moose in it. That's a picture I took in the Grand Teton Mountains, hiking along, caught a moose one day. So the main thing I want to go over here is this first week checklist. All right. These are things that you need to go over. Make sure everything's correct in your schedule. First of all, go into Power School and make sure you're logged into 8 classes in Power School. Log into Google Classroom and make sure you have 8 classes in Google Classroom. Make sure the classes in Google Classroom are the same ones in your Power School. Okay? In each Google Classroom, there is going to be a syllabus, a Zoom link, and a welcome video. The Zoom links will, if you're doing this a little early, the Zoom links will probably be posted like the day of the class because we don't want those passwords getting out, or the night before. The welcome video, for example, mine is in my welcome Google Slides. And you click on one of the Google Slides and it brings up the welcome video. But each teacher may do it different. Some may have the welcome video in their Bitmoji classroom. Now, one thing about this first week, September 8th to 11th, we are having a different schedule. Notice we're in advisory a lot from 9 a.m. to 10:55 a.m. and we're in advisory every day. Okay? This is a chance to get familiar with your schedule, make sure your Power School is correct, make sure your Google Classroom is correct. Okay, that's what this time is for. So if there is a problem, we can correct it. You can call the office, you can contact me, you can correct it. One place you can contact me, and I'll go back to that later, is you can make a comment to this checklist. Coach McGaw, I don't have a 6-period Google Classroom, but Power School says I have this class 6-period. Okay, and we can go from there. Notice you're going to go to the A days is going to be Wednesday and Thursday. Because there's no school Monday, no school this Monday because it's Labor Day. We start off with a B day on Tuesday because that would normally be a B day. Then Wednesday is going to be an A day. Then it flips back to normal as if there were no holiday. So Thursday is also an A day class. And then Friday is a B day. Now, one thing I want to stress for this schedule here, this is not the year-long schedule. This is only the schedule for the first week of school. All right, just to get some terminology, remember synchronous learning is when you log into a live Zoom meeting and everything's live. Asynchronous learning is when you enter your class at another time and you watch a recorded video of the lesson. If you're watching this video, it would be an example of asynchronous learning, okay? So like, for example, I've made videos of my lessons in my other classes, and they will be available to the students who are not able to log in live. For example, during this time, you may be working. It may not be possible for you to be in the live classes. So you can watch the asynchronous videos when in the evening when you get off work. Okay, your advisory instructor, that's me. Make sure you give me your phone number and your email. Okay, I am required to have that. All right, so going back here, if you have any questions, comment here. They are going to provide a document for contacts. So that'll be up later. I will make another video how to use that document. And it will be posted here though. Okay? It will be posted in this Google Classroom for your advisory learning. But if you have any questions about your class schedule, so on, this is the place to ask. Comment on the advisory first week checklist, which is what we just went over. Briefly, I want to go over my introductory video. It's on the Google Slides. Just to tell a little bit about myself, because I am new to Conrad High School this year. So go over, click present. Now I'm in the Google Slides. Okay, that's me, Coach McGaw. That's my avatar. Here's my family. One Christmas, we decided we wanted to go someplace warm. So we went to Puerto Vallarta. There's my family in Puerto Vallarta. There's one missing because she could not get off work. So there's my daughter, Deanna, who could not make it to Puerto Vallarta. She asked me to put a picture of her in there. You can see my video introduction by clicking on this. I'll admit the video introduction is mainly for the IPC class, but it's information that's pertinent to everyone. One thing about my family, we all enjoy going to the beach. It's what we have in common. We go to Mazatlan, Mexico a lot. My wife is from Durango, so it's very easy for us to drive from Durango to Mazatlan and see the beach there. Another interesting thing about my family, everyone in my family except me speaks Spanish. I was born with a speech impediment. From kindergarten through 7th grade, I had to give extra instruction with a speech therapist, which I didn't like because it usually meant I had to miss gym or I had to miss recess. You know, I didn't get to go to the gym or I didn't get to go out to the playground because I was with my speech therapist. And I was released from that after the 7th grade. They decided I could speak well enough that I did not need that anymore. So it was hard enough for me to speak English, which is probably why I've never been able to speak another language. I enjoy being in the mountains and I go to Wyoming whenever I can. Now, I'm the only one in my family who likes the mountains. I have a brother who until very recently lived in Wyoming. I have a nephew who lives there and I visit them when I can. I like to go hiking and climbing in the mountains. I like being in the Rocky Mountains. One thing I shared with my students last year, and I was surprised how many of my students told me they liked this. I thought, I'll be honest, I thought they wouldn't care. Both of my parents are past 90. They're both still living, and they have been married for 71 years now. So my father was in the Army for 30 years. He later worked as a security guard. My mother is from Italy, Trieste, Italy. She grew up speaking Italian and Slavic. In school in Italy, she learned German, and if she were here, she'd be quick to tell you she learned the Austrian dialect of German as it's spoken in southern Germany and Austria, and she also learned French. So when my mother came to the United States, English was her 5th language. She already spoke 4, so to learn how to speak English, she had to learn a 5th language. Photography is one of my hobbies. This is one of my favorite pictures. This picture was 3 years in the making. I first went to this place at the wrong time of year. There was still too much snow on the ground. Then the following year, because I only go up to Wyoming once a year, I went the wrong time of day. So the next year I had the time of year right, and I camped out overnight, got up early in the morning, took this picture right after the sun came up. This is Lake Solitude in the Grand Teton Mountains. And because it's surrounded by mountains on all sides, there's no wind. The water is as smooth as glass. Makes for very good pictures. So that's still my favorite landscape picture. I took it 7 years ago, so it's still my favorite. My favorite soccer player is Moses Hernandez. He was a student of mine at Seagoville. I did not coach him, by the way. I was coaching girls soccer at that time, if I was coaching soccer at all. Moses did play for FC Dallas. He played professional in Costa Rica for a little bit. He also played in the A-League for San Antonio FC and OKC Rayo. He's currently playing in Guatemala for a club called Antigua. And he has at least practiced with the Guatemala national team. I'm not sure if he's played any games for them, but I know he's at least practiced with them. Okay, that's pretty much it. This is Durango. When we can't make it all the way to Mazatlan, we come out to this lake. This lake is not far from Durango City. So that's pretty much it. Just remember this week, make sure you go through those checklists. Make sure you check your schedule. Make sure you're getting into the right Google Classrooms. If for some reason you haven't been invited to the class yet, let someone know, either a teacher who can contact that other teacher or let someone in the main office know. That's why you have advisory every day this week for 2 hours. Gives you 8 hours to take care of all those scheduling conflicts. And I will be happy to help you with anything you need help with. Okay, I will hopefully see you soon. Have an enjoyable first week of school, and I'm glad to have you in my advisory period.